Oke, selamat malam. Sebelumnya perkenalkan, nama saya Ernest Glorious Deo dengan NIM 672021-074.
Saya Lerdianto Christian Wibowo dengan NIM 672021-151. Kita membawakan topik Little Endian dan Big Endian dari channel YouTube Engineering Funda.
Mulai video.
Kita akan memulai videonya terlebih dahulu.
Welcome to Engineering Funda family. In this video, I'll be going to explain you Little Endian and Big Endian. In that, we are dealing with to understand how CPU stores data into memory. First of all, you should know when you talk about any memory, in that at one address you can store 1 byte of data. But when you have data which is having size more than 1 byte, then how CPU stores data onto memory, what will be the order of that data, that you need to understand with Little Endian and Big Endian. There are few advantages of Little Endian, there are few disadvantages with Little Endian, as well as with Big Endian, few advantages and disadvantages are there. I'll discuss each and everything in complete detail in this video. You should know, my dear students, most of the microprocessors of Intel follows Little Endian, but you will be observing with TCP IP as well as with few microprocessor with Motorola follows Big Endian. Let us try to understand first what is Little Endian and what is Big Endian. I'll explain you each and everything with examples. So my dear students, when we talk about ordering of data, when you store that into memory, then there are two techniques, Big Endian and Little Endian.
Kesimpulan dari topik tersebut di bagian armia prosesor. Armia prosesor adalah keluarga arsitektur RISC, Reduced Instruction Set Computing, yang umum digunakan dalam berbagai peringkat komputasi, termasuk smartphone, tablet, dan sistem terbenam. Prosesor ini terkenal karena efisiensi energi dan kinerjanya dalam berbagai aplikasi.
Oke. Dan kemudian dari video tersebut juga kita dijelaskan mengenai Little Endian dan Big Endian yang mengacu pada urutan penyimpanan byte dalam memori komputer. Pada Little Endian, byte paling tidak signifikan disimpan pertama, sedangkan pada Big Endian, byte paling signifikan disimpan pertama. Oke, lanjut di videonya.
Here when we talk about Big Endian, in that most significant byte that will get stored first in the memory. So for example, if you have multi-byte data, then most significant byte that will get stored first in the memory, and at last you will be storing last significant byte in the memory, right? And with Little Endian,
Endian yang dijelaskan dalam video tersebut, dan di sini Big Endian adalah urutan byte di mana byte paling signifikan disimpan pada alamat memori rendah. Byte berikutnya berikuti aturan penurunan signifikansi terlebih dahulu.
you will be storing last significant byte first in the memory. So as if you have multi-byte data, then last significant byte that you will be storing first in the memory with Little Endian, and most significant byte that we will be storing at last in the memory. Here let us try to understand that by one example. So here I am having one data that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hex, and we are storing that data with starting address 1000 hex. Here you should know, my dear students, first of all, how many bytes are there with this data. You see 1, 2 holds 1 byte, 3, 4 holds second byte, 5, 6 holds third byte, and 7, 8 holds fourth byte. So this data is having size of 4 bytes. Now here
Dan penjelasan untuk yang Little Endian adalah urutan byte di mana byte paling tidak signifikan disimpan pada alamat memori terendah, dan byte berikutnya mengikuti urutan peningkatan signifikasi.
Oke, lanjut aja ke contoh dari
I'm having memory in that as per big endian we are deal with to store the data. So as I have said, see most significant byte that should get stored first, right? So with this data, what is most significant byte? 12. So 12 that should get stored at starting address, that is 1000 hex. So you see 12 is stored over here and gradually address is increasing, and at last we are storing least significant byte, that is 78 hex, right? So that is stored over here at 1003 hex. Here as if we talk about little endian.
Nah, oke. Di sini tadi barusan dijelaskan mengenai contoh dari big endian. Pada contoh big endian, pada sistem big endian angka 32 bit yang sama dengan 0 x 1234567 akan disimpan di memori sebagai 12345678. Seperti itu kira-kira gambaran dari saya. Kemudian lanjut ke contoh little endian. Oke.
So in that, here we are deal with to store last significant byte first in the memory. So at address 1000 hex, last significant byte is 78 hex, that we need to store over here, and as address is increasing, at last address we will be storing most significant byte, that is 12 hex, that we have stored over here, right? So I think now it is clear to you how CPU will store data with big endian and little endian. But I have seen students are having query when they access stack memory. In stack memory, what is the basic understanding which you might have seen in Intel processor? That is there based on last in first out, right? So in that situation, students are getting confused like how to remember big endian and little endian. So if you observe here big endian, then you see at lower address you are having higher byte of data, and at higher address you are having lower byte of data. So in big endian, lower address holds higher byte of data and higher address holds lower byte of data. And if you observe little endian, in that you see with lower byte you are having lower address, right? And with higher byte you are having higher address. So with little endian, lower address holds lower byte of data and higher address holds higher byte of data, right? That is how we store that with different techniques. Here you should know, my dear students, big endian, that is there with more.
Kesimpulan dari contoh little endian dari video tersebut, menurut saya posisi pada sistem little endian, jika Anda memiliki angka 32 bit 0x1234567 itu akan disimpan dalam memori sebagai 78, 56, 34, dan 12. Dan kita akan lanjut ke bagian prosesor dengan little endian dan big endian.
Motorola with IBM mainframe, it is also there with TCP/IP protocol, and you will be observing little endian is there with many processor of Intel as well as it is there with AMD and PIC. Here there are few advantages and disadvantages that you need to understand. So for
Jadi di sini berikut tadi adalah penjelasan mengenai prosesor little endian. Prosesor 86 menggunakan little endian, prosesor PC dan beberapa arsitektur RISC umumnya menggunakan big endian. Kemudian prosesor ARM dapat mendukung mode little endian dan big endian tergantung pada implementasinya. Oke, lanjut saja ke keuntungan dari big endian. Berikut penjelasannya.
For that, let me explain you what are the advantages which is there with big endian technique. So here, my dear students, you can say it is easier to determine the sign with big endian. Why it is easier to determine the sign? You see, with big endian, that higher byte that we are storing first over here. So sign is there with higher byte only. Remember this. So as sign is there with higher byte, directly with first byte only we can determine the sign. So it will be easier for us to determine the sign using big endian as we store higher byte first. Here, second advantage is it is easier to compare two numbers. Why it is easier to compare two numbers? The reason is, you see, first what we are storing here? First we are storing higher byte, right? From lower byte you cannot say data is greater or smaller, but from higher byte directly you can say, right? For example, if lower byte is 7, 8 and 7, 5, then you cannot say which number is greater. Why? The reason is higher byte will define whether number is greater or smaller. So if higher byte is 1, 2 and 1, 0, then directly you can say that higher byte of 1, 2 that is greater than that higher byte of 1, 0, right? So it is easier to compare two numbers using big endian. Here it is easier to divide two numbers. My dear students, why it is easier to divide two numbers? The reason is, as if you do division, then you will be starting division with respect to higher byte only, right? And here we are storing higher byte first. So division of two numbers is easy with big endian. It is easier to print as well. Why it is easier to print? The reason is, my dear students, here we are printing data serially. So here first data, that will be this first data with respect to address. So as if data is coming in this order, right? First data, then second data as per the ordering, then printing will be easier. Printing is not that good in terms of execution as if you start from last. The reason is, in printing you want to print first data first, then last data at last. Here when we talk about
Oke, lanjut aja. Ini masuk kesimpulan dari saya. Keuntungan dari big endian itu adalah, setelah dijelasin di sini, saya simpulkan bahwa keuntungan big endian itu mudah dibaca oleh manusia dalam beberapa konteks. Misalnya seperti protokol jaringan, dapat menyederhanakan beberapa operasi aritmatika. Oke, lanjut aja di keuntungan Little endian. Yeah.
advantages of little endian, then you will be observing it is easier for multiplication, right? So compared to big endian, here multiplication is easy with little endian. Why? The reason is, here we are storing lower data first. So when you multiply data, at that time you will be starting multiplication from lower byte, right? So it is easier for multiplication with little endian. And addition of multi-precision numbers, that is also easy in little endian. If you have multi-precision number, then obviously addition that you will be starting from lower byte, so that is easy with little endian. So based on their advantages and disadvantages, these techniques were used by different companies in their CPU. So you'll be observing with Intel, AMD and PIC, they are using little endian only, but big endian, that is used by Motorola, IBM mainframe as well as TCP/IP. So I think now it is clear to you how little endian and big endian is there. Still, if any confusion is there, just post that in comment box. I'll be happy to help you. Thank you so much for watching this video.
Oke, lanjut aja.
Kesimpulan dari Little Endian dari video tadi, lebih mudah manipulasi data dalam beberapa operasi, mempermudah penukaran byte dalam beberapa aplikasi juga. Dan kesimpulan untuk keseluruhan video, menurut saya pemilihan antara Little Endian dan Big Endian seringkali dipengaruhi oleh sejarah, arsitektur, dan kebutuhan aplikasi tertentu. Beberapa prosesor seperti x86 cenderung menggunakan Little Endian, sementara arsitektur RISC seperti PowerPC lebih suka Big Endian. Prosesor ARM memiliki fleksibilitas untuk mendukung keduanya tergantung pada implementasinya. Keputusan ini dapat mempengaruhi oleh pertimbangan desain perangkat keras, kompatibilitas dengan perangkat lunak, dan efisiensi dalam manipulasi data. Jadi pemilihan antara Little Endian dan Big Endian bukan hanya masalah preferensi, tetapi juga dipengaruhi oleh karakteristik spesifik dari lingkungan dan tuntutan aplikasi yang digunakan.
Oke, kemudian dari saya untuk kesimpulan video itu dari awal sampai akhir ARM prosesor. Nah, kemudian keluarga arsitektur RSC terkenal efisien untuk smartphone dan tablet. Little Endian dan Big Endian mengatur urutan penyimpanan byte dalam memori. Banyak prosesor x86 atau banyak kali 86 gimana bacanya nggak tahu ya. Gunakan Little Endian, PowerPC, dan beberapa arsitektur RSC cenderung ke Big Endian. Itu dari kesimpulan saya. Kemudian prosesor ARM mendukung keduanya. Keuntungan Big Endian termasuk memudahkan pembaca manusia dan penyederhanaan operasi. Sementara Little Endian lebih mudah dalam memanipulasi data dan penukaran byte. Pilihan tergantung pada kebutuhan aplikasi dan lingkungan sistem. Jadi sekian video dari
Tugas
kelompok dari
Ernest. Ya.
Ernest. Sekian, terima kasih.
Selamat malam.